रिस्पेक्टेड शबीर शाह साहब ने ज्वाइन किया है शायद या नहीं, अगर किया है सब तो थैंक यू।
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Most welcome, sir. Everybody welcome in this seminar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
मुर्तजा साहब, अकरम साहब, सरशाद साहब और जितने भी साथी हैं सबको अस्सलाम वालेकुम, गुड आफ्टरनून।
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good afternoon to you, sir. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Walaikum salam, Fateh sir and principal of.
Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to all of you. Nice to meet you.
Good afternoon, sir.
This is a good opportunity to meet online platform. We have our college, my dear friend Murtaza, Dr. Murtaza.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, all of you.
Thank you
welcome,
very much.
sir.
Most welcome.
साहब, रिस्पेक्टेड मुशर्रफ हुसैन शाह साहब और शबीर शाह साहब ने ज्वाइन किया है नहीं, कंफर्म करें सर प्लीज।
अच्छा सर, अभी तो उनका जजमेंट नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ से।
Let us wait for 5 minutes more, sir. Let other people to join.
Yes.
No issue, no issue. We'll wait for some.
Join, sir. Request all to join. Mr. Wasim from Surancourt has also joined. Welcome.
MashaAllah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
वेलकम
वसीम साहब एंड वासिफ साहब, सर प्लीज आप अपने ग्रुप्स में भी शेयर कर दें जो कॉलेज के ग्रुप्स हैं ऑफिशियल।
Okay.
हाँ सर, उनको बोला हुआ है एक्चुअली, बच्चों के एग्जाम से हमने किया हुआ है
ऑफिशियल ग्रुप ऑफ स्टाफ।
Actually, due to the holidays, vacation period, so many students are not all right, I think.
Sir, actually students are on examinations. Actually all our semesters are going for examinations, so some of the students are appearing for exam this moment.
No issue, no issue.
बेहतर होता कि तुम मेरी मदद करते। ओ सूदी, तुम्हारी
प्रिंसिपल डॉक्टर शबीर हुसैन शाह साहब जुड़ गए हैं सर, आपका बहुत वेलकम है सर।
सर अनम्यूट करें अपने आप को। परदेश शाह साहब,
शाह साहब अनम्यूट करें, आप पोजीशन में है सर।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम टू एवरीवन।
वालेकुम सलाम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू।
वालेकुम सलाम।
आप सब ठीक हैं?
आजम सर आपका भी म्यूट है सर।
हम सर म्यूट है आप। ये अपने मुर्तजा साहब।
जी सर।
2 मिनट सबको अनम्यूट कर दें।
मैं उसी टाइमिंग के हिसाब से 10-15 मिनट पहले ना लैपटॉप से ज्वाइन कर लूंगा, क्योंकि मैं प्रेजेंट कर दूंगा पीपीटी।
जी।
पहले मैं इसी मोबाइल से सुनूंगा, मुझे 10 मिनट पहले बोल देना कि नेक्स्ट आपकी टर्न है। तो
ओके सर, शेड्यूल शेयर किया है सर, आप उसके गो थ्रू हो जाए, शेड्यूल देखिए।
अभी हम इनको जो आज हमारा प्रोग्राम था उनके गेस्ट वगैरह को हम सी कर रहे हैं, तो
जी सर।
मीनवाइल जो है आप जब बोलेंगे तो मैं लैपटॉप से ज्वाइन करता हूँ।
ओके सर, ओके। शाह साहब का वेट कर रहे हैं, एमएच शाह साहब का, सर ने शायद ज्वाइन किया है नहीं।
I am already on the screen. Good afternoon, everybody.
Assalamualaikum, sir. Most welcome, sir. Most welcome.
Abasi Sahab, I have heard you right from the beginning. You are. It's heartening that you are always vocal and always make your presence felt.
Thank you, sir. आपका स्टूडेंट हूँ, sir.
You are traveling somewhere?
Yeah, actually, I am moving from college to back home. Okay, then you please carry on. I'll be there on the screen throughout. थोड़ा पीछे ले लो.
Mr. Murtaza Sahab, go ahead.
ओके सर, जस्ट यस सर, मे स्टार्ट सर।
Yes.
सर मे स्टार्ट।
Okay, go ahead, sir. Yes, please.
Okay. Respected Professor Syed Musharraf Hussain Shah, Worthy Principal, Government Degree College Darhal, and Chief Guest of today's seminar. Most respected Professor Syed Shabir Hussain Shah, a renowned academician and retired principal, Department of Higher Education, Jammu and Kashmir, the keynote speaker of this seminar. Respected Dr. Mohammad Azam, Worthy Principal, Shri Chote Shah Government Degree College, Mender, who is the co-patron of the seminar. Most respected Dr. Jaspreet Singh, Worthy Principal, Shri Krishan Chandar Government Degree College, Poonch, the pride of this region, is also the co-patron of this national seminar. My senior-most colleague, Professor Shad Hussain, a multi-dimensional personality, former convener, IQAC, and presently HOD Zoology, Government Degree College, Surankot. He is also an eminent speaker of this seminar. Respected Professor Fateh Mohammad Abbasi sir, HOD Zoology, SKC, GDC Poonch, eminent scholar of this national seminar. My friend Syed Dr. Junaid Labaksh, Assistant Professor, Department of Environment Science, Arts, Commerce and Science College, on detail, Vikramgarh, Maharashtra. Most respected, he is also an eminent speaker of this seminar. Most respected, Dr. Minu Sushan Koshi, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Mahathma College for Women, Kerala. And Imtiaz Ahmed, a research scholar, senior research National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi. He is also an eminent speaker. All the esteemed guests, participants, professors, and delegates Good afternoon, one and all.
Very good afternoon.
It's a matter of great pleasure for me to be a part of this national seminar on World Environment Day. It is indeed a matter of pride and pleasure for me to convene this program where the galaxy of intellectuals are present. I welcome one and all with the core of my heart. As you know, the World Environment Day is celebrated every year on 5th of June. The international organizations, government entities, and NGOs come together every year to create awareness about the need to protect the environment. This is 50-year celebration of World Environment Day. This day is led by the United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, and held annually on 5th June since 1973. World Environment Day is the largest global platform for environmental outreach, is celebrated by millions of people across the world. At a time when extreme temperature, abnormal storms and cyclones, and natural calamities remind us every day about the irreparable damage to Mother Earth, World Environment Day provides a hope and opportunity to all of us to do our bits for the protection of environment and Earth's well-being. This year, the World Environment Day is celebrating throughout the world. The theme for the World Environment Day 2023 is ecosystem restoration under the campaign Beat Plastic Pollution. As far as today's program is concerned and theme of the today's program is concerned, this seminar is divided into two categories. First is totally theme-based, which is Beat Plastic Pollution. Professor Sarshad Hussain, Associate Professor and HOD Zoology from GDC Student Court, and Dr. Meenu Susan Koshi from Kerala will deliberate on this topic. Keeping in view a main objective, we included some other burning topics related to environment. The main objective is think globally and act locally. So because of this, we have chosen some other allied topics like changing nature of environment, current environmental issues, challenges and solutions, and climate change. In these topics, Professor Fateh Mohammad Abbasi, Dr. Syed Junaid Allahbakhsh, and Mr. Imtiaz Ahmed will deliberate. The most respected Professor Shabir Hussain Shah, sir, will present the keynote. He is the keynote speaker of today's occasion, and today's program is organized by the Department of Political Science and Shikshit Bharat Club, Shri Chote Shah Government Degree College, Mender, in collaboration with the NSS Unit and Shikshit Bharat Club, SKC Government Degree College, Punch. So, Dr. Mohammad Azam, Principal, GDC, Mender, and Dr. Jasbir Singh, Principal, SKC Government Degree College, Punch, will be the co-patron, and they will also preside over the proceedings of the two technical sessions. Now, we are going to start the program formally. I would like to invite Professor Nusrat Kosar, HOD Political Science and Noodle Officer, Shikshit Bharat Club, and NSS Program Officer, Shri Krishan Chandra Memorial Degree College, Punch, for formal welcome address. Ma'am, now over to you.
Thanks, Professor Murtaza. I, being the coordinator of this program, feel gratitude to propose welcome address to all the dignitaries who are present in today's seminar. As we all are well aware that today we organize these programs and joined on this online platform just to talk about the protection of environment. It is the collective and individual responsibility for all of us to protect such kind of environment for healthy and prosperous life. And equally, we all are aware that it is the fundamental duties of all the citizens of India to promote and protect the natural environment and calamities. For formal vote of thanks, welcome address, I would like to start it, and it's my honor to welcome in today's programs our chief guest, Professor M.H. Shah, who is the principal from GDC Dharal. I also feel honored to welcome Professor Shabir Hussain Shah, who is the retired principal and Professor of Geography. He is the dynamic personality of Pir Panjal region. Sir, I heartily welcome you in this seminar. I feel honored and it's my privilege to welcome the today's program speaker, Dr. Muhammad Azam, who is the principal from Degree College, Menda, and Dr. Jasbir, the principal of GDC Punch. It's my honor and privilege to welcome our eminent speaker, Professor F.M. Abbasi, Head Department of Zoology, Dr. Saeed Junaid Al-Baksh, Assistant Professor, Department of Environmental Science, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Maharashtra, Dr. Meenu Susan Koshi, Professor of English, Mar Thoma College from Women, Kerala, Professor Sarshad Hussain, Head Department of Zoology, Government Degree College, Surankot, and Mr. Imtiaz Ahmed, Research Scholar, Senior Research Fellowship, CSIR, National Laboratory, New Delhi. My gratitude to welcome all the dignitaries in these programs. I also welcome convener of this program, Professor Murtaza, Head Department of Political Science, Degree College, Menda. The organizing secretary, Professor Muhammad Akram, Head Department of Education from GDC, Menda. The technical expert for today's programs, Professor Wasim Akram, Head Department of Computer Science, and Dr. Shakil Ahmed, Assistant Professor, GDC, Menda. I also welcome Dr. Jahangir Ahmed, Lecture Political Science, for today's national seminar. And it's my honor to be the part of this program. I once again welcome you all in today's national seminar. Thanks. Murtaza ji, you will continue it.
Murtaza sir, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor Nusrat Kosar ma'am. With great regards and respect, now I would like to invite the most eminent personality of our higher education system and pride of Pir Panjal, Professor Shabir Hussain Shah sir, to deliberate as guest speaker, as keynote speaker. Professor Shabir Hussain Shah sir.
Thank you, Professor Murtaza Sahab. Am I audible?
Yes sir, you are audible sir.
ये अपना शबीर साहब अपना कैमरा ना थोड़ा एडजस्ट करिए, आपका फेस हाफ आ रहा है.
अब देखिए ठीक है?
और थोड़ा और एडजस्ट करिए, जरा सा और. बस अब ठीक है. It's okay now. It's okay now.
Okay.
Please go ahead. It's okay now. Go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The chief guest of today's function, Professor Musarraf Hussain Shah Sahab, Dr. Muhammad Azam, Principal Government Degree College, Menda, who is also presiding over this function, Professor Dr. Jasbir Singh, who is also the co-patron and he is also presiding over the second session of this function. The organizers of this function, especially
Professor Murtaza Sahab, Head Department of Political Science, the NSS Program Officer, and the Coordinator, Bharat Shikshat Club, Professor Nusrat Kausar, Head Department of Political Science, Government Degree College, Poonch, eminent speakers, from our area, from different colleges, especially Professor Sarshad Hussain, Head Department of Zoology, Government Degree College, Sunkot. I am also very highly thankful to all the organizers and especially the convener of this program, Professor Muhammad Akram, the organizing secretaries, the technical team, especially Professor Wasim Akram, Head Department of Computer Science, and Dr. Shakil Ahmad, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Government Degree College, Mandar. All the esteemed participants in this seminar from this area and from abroad, from other areas like from Kerala and from Maharashtra and from Delhi. The purpose of organizing this seminar today is to celebrate, to commemorate 5th June, which is the World Environment Day. It is celebrated under the United Nations Environment Programs, UNEP, every year. And as Professor Murtaza has spoken already, that the program actually started in 1973, and now this is about 50th year that we are going to celebrate this program. The main focus of Environment Day, World Environment Day, is on different themes relating to the environment. As different speakers shall deliberate over different issues, very burning issues of environment, I am here to deliver a very brief keynote address. Environmental issues are of global nature, at the global level, they are at the regional level, and they are also at the local level. The environment is the life support system of all living beings on this planet. If environment is healthy, it means the life is healthy. And if environment is not healthy, the life cannot be healthy. The major problem of environmental issues is the human interference in the fragile ecosystems of the environment. Man is living on this earth. He is changing the face of the earth. He is adding many things to the earth. He is taking away many things from the earth, but at the same time adding many things to the earth environment system, that is to its land, that is the lithosphere, to its water, all the water bodies including the hydrosphere, the seas, the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the springs, and so on, and also to the air, that is the atmosphere. As we know, the world issue at the global level is the global warming, which is the result of the emission of greenhouse gases and the conventional energy resources which we are using day by day. Now they are adding to the greenhouse gases, and with the result, the temperature of the earth is rising, and as the temperature rises, it has many effects. then the most prominent effect is that the erratic behavior of the weather and the climatic phenomena which is taking place all over the world. We have rains when the rains are not wanted, when the rains were not there in the past, and we have the droughts when where the rain should be there at that time. For example, during the monsoon period in our region, if there is no rain or the rain is deficient, it will create much problems. But if it is rain, especially during the cropping seasons, it damages the whole the whole agricultural system. It affects. We have the issue, and as we know that the global issue, ozone depletion and the ozone hole, that is due to these reasons, and all the countries are involved in this, and the most contribution and most of the contribution comes from the developed countries in the world. This, and the result is the emission of these gases, which are very dangerous to our environment. We have issues at the national level, as we know that during the winters in the North India, we have smog. Schools are closed. It is very difficult to go out because of the too much air pollution that is due to the smog, that is the smoke and the fog, and that is also a big environmental hazard, and which is increasing every year, as we have seen. We have also many issues which are local. Today, I shall try to bring out some very basic issues in our local areas from where we can start, because the only solution to the environmental issues is to think globally but to act locally. As the theme of the Environment Day, World Environment Day this year is solutions to the plastic pollution. Now, dear listeners and the participants of this national seminar, we have many environmental problems which we are facing every day in our own area. If we take the Pir Panjal region, we have the areas which are deficient in water. The drinking water is not available, the water for other purposes is not available, and the reason is that most of the population even today depends upon the springs. The springs are the main source of water which we see during the drought season, during the dry season, in the streams in the area. We have only one perennial river in this region, and that is the Surn river, that is Surnkot Poonch river is known, which originates from the Pir Panjal, and the Pir Panjal range is covered by the snow, and the river is fed by the snow. But we have our own tehsil, which is known as the Mender tehsil. There is no any stream which is snow fed. All the streams, they are rain fed. They are flooded during the rainy season, but they are dry during the dry season. There is very little water available in these streams. Only we have the dry beds in most of the areas or most of the patches. The reason behind this is that the catchment areas which of these streams, they were covered by the dense forests in the past. The ridge which bifurcates from the Pir Panjal ridge and encloses our tehsil on both the sides. These ridges and the spurs, which are the minor watersheds, many minor watersheds, in the past they were covered by the dense forests. And among the dense forests, one particular forest, which is known as the oak forest, it has a very, very interesting role in recharging the springs. There is a close relationship between the oak forest and the spring ecosystem. The spring ecosystem, it depends upon these. Most of the areas in the catchment areas, most of the patches which have been cleared, deforestation has taken place, permanent settlements are now there, and even we have the examples that even not a single tree of oak is present in those areas. This is a big issue, and the only solution to this problem is to reclaim these areas. Afforestation is the only possible measure or the only possible solution which can tackle this problem. We can, at every level, at the college level, we can generate an awareness among the students and also among the masses about this system, because in near future we shall be facing dearth of water, and this water deficiency will cause many problems in our area. We have, due to the deforestation in the catchment areas of these small streams, another problem which has emerged is the soil erosion, which has also affected our environment, which has also affected our agriculture. The only solution to all such problems is that all the developmental programs should be eco-friendly. They must be sustainable. We need a sustainable agriculture. We need sustainable industry. We need sustainable transportation system. If our developmental programs are not sustainable and they interfere in the environment of the area, in the ecosystem of the area, the price is very high, and in future it will be very difficult to reclaim again such conditions. As we are very much aware that due to these conditions, due to these reasons, our desert, which is known as the Thar Desert of India, which is the largest desert of the Indian subcontinent, it is only the man-made desert. The whole area has been converted into the desert, and the desertification is going on continuously, and it is spreading and it engulfing the other areas in the vicinity of the desert due to the fragile ecosystem by the human beings due to this interference. Now we have many other such problems. What are the solutions to these? The solutions are very simple, but they need commitment at all the levels. At the individual level, at the level of the society, at the level of the community, and at the level of the government also. What we can do on this day is to create an awareness and to take up some projects. For example, NSS can take some projects within 2, 3, 4 years. I have the experience, if that is particular small patch, an area of 100 or 200 canals is taken and afforestation is done systematically, the area will become green. This greenery can be reclaimed, can be brought again, and the issues can be settled. One very important issue relating to our environment is that our agriculture, because most of our region depends upon this agriculture, and our agricultural techniques, our agricultural methods are not eco-friendly, they are not sustainable, and they are also depleting the environment. Like, we can go for green farming in our area instead of vermicides, instead of in place of this chemical fertilizers, we can use compost and the vermicompost and other things which are there, the technologies in the green agriculture. The green technologies must be promoted, and they can contribute a lot to this in this concern. In our region, which is a very hilly region, and agriculture is the terraced agriculture. The terraces are cut, are made, and then the farms are made and agriculture is done. If we plan our agriculture on the basis of micro ecosystems available without disturbing those micro ecosystem, then it will go a long way to restore the environment, and it will enrich the environment. Because these small ecosystems, forestry with agriculture can be taken up, other things with the agriculture on the basis of micro ecosystems like the fisheries can be developed in the areas where the water is available. The forestry in some patches under the occupation of the farmers, that can solve the problem. And in this, what I am highlighting is that our students can also play a role in this concern, in this area. As most of our students, they are coming from the agriculture background. Even the 99% of our students are coming from the agriculture background. They can do this thing. As the only solution is that we should think globally and act locally, and the small issues, if we take up and do something practically on the field, the environmental issues can be tackled. Because we cannot go for example, we can raise the voice against the many things which are against the environment, which are harming our natural environment. But what we have to do, being a teacher, being a citizen of this area, we can start from our own area, and we can take up small programs, small projects we can take up, like the small micro watershed development programs we can take up, where the students and the farmers, the inhabitants of the area can participate, and they can contribute in conserving the environment, for protecting the environment, and for enriching the environment, which is very important today. Due to these problems, as we have seen, that even a small rain brings floods, because as the water falls in the catchment areas, in these watershed areas, the peaks of these ridges, they have been totally eroded. They are naked, and the barren rocks have come up. And when the water falls on the barren rocks, that is not absorbed in the earth, and that runs over the earth and brings a havoc in the area. And every year we see that most of our land is degraded, is destroyed by these landslides and by the erosion in even by the small streams of this region, of this area. With these few points in the mind, I hope that the seminar will bring out some other small, very important measures to tackle the environmental issues. As in the technical sessions, the papers, the deliberations are on the theme of the World Environment Day, that is solution to the plastic pollution. But I have taken a small issue only, that is how we can do, what we can do in our area. That is very simple. One thing is that when we plan our agriculture on the basis of micro ecosystems, even the small land holdings, they will give much fruits. These efforts will enrich the environment. And the second thing is the depleted forests, the forests, especially the oak forest, there is much need to restore them again if we want that our spring ecosystem remains live, and that contributes much to our environment. And that is it is very important issue, especially in the area where we are residing today, that is Tehsil Mandar of district Poonch of J&K UT. It is a deficient in water. It is in all the seasons, especially during the dry season, because our streams are dry and the water is not available in the streams. The water is is fluctuating in the springs, and most of the springs, they become dry during the dry season and bring much problems for the. What we have done today, that we are tapping the water from underground, but we do not know that the underground water system also depends upon this thing. We know that we have the tube well and we are getting the water from the tube well, but we are not aware, our people are not aware that from where this water is coming. This is the rainwater which percolates under the earth through the system, and the system are the trees or the forest, the roots. So the root system, the water percolates, and then it becomes a reservoir, a type of reservoir under the earth, and that water is tapped again from in the form of in the boreholes, in the tube wells, and so on. But we are not aware that if we must be aware, our people must be aware that this water is the rainwater. If we conserve the rainwater, if we harvest the rainwater, and the technologies by using the rainwater, one most important technology I have said is the afforestation, number one. Then the harvesting the rainwater. This program should be mandatory for every household, and our students can play a role. We can make small bonds, and we can conserve the rainwater. The rainwater creates havoc for the human beings on the surface of the earth. That water can become a resource, and that will enrich the environment. Because when the water shall be conserved in small ponds, then the rainwater in the tanks, in the ponds, that will create greenery in the area, and that greenery will enrich the environment. The most important issue, therefore, I think today is where our students can play a very important role is the harvesting, rainwater harvesting. And the techniques are very simple for the rainwater harvesting, and they can be adopted in every household, in every area. They can be adopted. And only a small some workshop type of things can be organized for the students in the colleges, and the students can bring that message to their houses, and the problem can be sorted out, can be tackled by this small effort. The effort is small, but the result is big. In conserving the environment, even the little efforts, they contribute a lot. One very important thing, which is very healthy sign today, even today, but as the the wood was used as a fuel, and there was much stress and dependency on the forest for the wood. But now the gas is available. This gas which is used in our kitchens, that is available in every nook and corner of the area, and there is not much dependency for wood on the forests. But even then, the totally depleted forests, it is not possible to reclaim them without the efforts of the human beings. Without the efforts of the human beings, it will not be possible that the areas which have been totally deforested, which have been totally degraded, can be reclaimed, and the greenery is brought again to the area. With these words, I again extend my heartiest thanks to the organizers of this conference, and I hope that the conference, this seminar, this conference shall bring some concrete solutions to the problems. And I will say only one word to the organizers of this seminar, that we should involve our students, and through the students we should involve the community for minor projects. We must take in hand some minor projects, some minor areas, and that will provide an example for the others, and that things will grow, go on, the things will go on, and the improvement will be there, and the earth will become green. It will become hospitable, not for us, but for the generations to come, because what we are here to, what we are giving to our coming generations. The only thing that is important for the survival of survival of life, not only of the human life, but all types of life, is the environment. If environment is there, the life is there. If environment is affected due to different reasons which are there, due to the interference of human beings, the anthropogenic factors are very important, and we can control those factors. We can bring change, and together we can do something. With these words, I once again extend my heartiest thanks to the organizer of this conference, especially Dr. Muhammad Azam, principal of the college, his team, the most dedicated team, the head department of political science, Professor Murtaza, and other colleagues who are associated with all such types of programs. I am also thankful that they have coordinated with the Bharat Shikshat Club, Government Degree College, Punch, Professor Nusrat Kosar, and Professor Jasbir Singh is also presiding over the session. And I am also thankful to Professor Ahmed Shah, who is the chief guest of this occasion. Thank you very much for the patient hearing of the very small issues which I have talked about. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for thought-provoking deliberation.
Thank you so much, Professor Shabir Hussain Shah, sir, for highlighting the major environmental issues and challenges widely and wisely in a very brief time. Sir, of course, you suggested very effective measures to overcome the environmental challenges, especially in our local area. Sir, thank you so much once again. Now I would like to introduce a most respected resource person of the day, Dr. Sayyid Junaid Allah Baksh. Dr. Sayyid Junaid Allah Baksh is working as an assistant professor in a college in Maharashtra He is a renowned environmentalist and most dedicated teacher and research scholar. Beside his great work in research, Dr. Junaid has 10 years teaching experience at, at the undergraduate and postgraduate level. Now I would like to invite Dr. Sayyid Junaid Allabash to deliberate.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to all of you.
मुर्तजा साहब नेक्स्ट
The club SCS Government Degree College, Mahindra, in collaboration with NSS unit and Shikshan Bharati Club, SKG Government Degree College, Punch, and I'm thanks to Honorable Principal Professor Dr. Muhammad Azam, sir, Honorable Professor Dr. Jasbir Singh, Principal, and my our organizing all committee members, especially thanks for Professor Murtaza Ahmed, sir. He was approached to me to here to get a lecture on the environmental day, especially Wasim Bhai, Computer Department, Nusrat Kausar Madam, and all of the members. We are working here this national seminar. So we firstly introduce to myself. I'm Dr. Sayyid Junaid, and I was work as IQC coordinator and ex IT coordinator in Arts, Commerce, Science on the college. It's my pleasure to introduce the presentation on the national seminar. That is the importance of this unit, and now currently we have to work on, or we are presenting these current environment issues, challenges and solution. So what is the about the environment when he discover all these things are my dear friend Murtaza and Shah Sahab, key speaker, is described all these things. Now we can start to front next stage, that is the environment. In current view, we see the environment national, international level, that is a very hazardous and that are the very affectable due to the human activities, human resources. Why? Because the environment is currently is a very typical and hazardous, dangerous position, because that environment is support to our health, our life system, life support system, all these system we are this support. Now, what is if we see in current scenario, what is the happening in our environment today? Everyone want, we have to reach person, we have to reach necessary facilities, we have to everything in our through the nature. Don't we decided, or we are not understand these facilities or these resources where we found or where to produce, but we can use instant, immediate, urgent. This three word is a very typical. Why? Because everyone we want current, we want at that time. But that at that time, we have to introduce different kinds of resources, that resources that affect on the environment. And our concern is that we have to save the environment. If we save the environment, then we save our life, we save the human being, we save the environment. So our agenda is that we are to save the environment. But when we save the environment, when we preserve the environment, it depends on the human activity. It depends on the human culture. It depends on the human psychology. Now this current 2023, if we see the our Mother Earth, that is the it affectingly facing so many lot of the environmental concern problems. That environmental problem like global warming, acid rain, air pollution, urban soil, waste disposal, ozone layer depletion, water pollution, climate change, and many more affect every human, animal, and nation on this planet. It can be affected on the all living things. If we see the word is simple environment, but that mean is very high. That support is very high. Why? Because we see that in this environment we have to different kinds of the layer. We know, everyone know about the what is the environment, what is the definition of environment, what kind of the environment role, everyone know. But we have to understand what is the environmental specification, what is in environment, different kinds of the components, what the components are usable, and what they are providing the human facilities. If we see in environmental component, they are mainly divided in different types. That is atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, biosphere. That are the four components we are the divided in these components. Our senior personality Shah Sahab is explained about the water by hydrosphere. He was described the hydrosphere in detail. What are the role in the water? If we see in our world, near about 0.26% water, drinking water, are present in on the surface water. Air, atmosphere. In this atmosphere, we have different kinds of the also layer. That is the tropo, strato, meso, thermo. So many kind of the layer, and that layer are these supported to the atmosphere, and that atmosphere is protect to the human being, because in this layer, if we see the 0 kilometer to thousand of kilometer, they are compressed in different kinds of layer: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, ionosphere. These sphere are present, and that in different spheres are the different kinds of the pollution or air components are present in this atmosphere. Second one is hydrosphere. In hydrosphere, there are different kinds of the water platform or water level. That is the river, pond, lake, stream, sea. So many kinds of the in present atmosphere. Next one is the lithosphere. If we see, the lithosphere is a very important, and we are the survive on the lithosphere. It means that is the soil layer or soil part of the soil which are substrate in the different kinds of the under the earth, sub layer, sub layer, subtitle layer. There are different layers we are present in the lithosphere. And the last one is the biosphere. In this biosphere is the mother sphere which are the present in the atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere. And this is the biosphere is a life sphere that survive the all living things and non-living things. Okay, so we are see what are the current environmental issues now. Till we are in a 21st century, and we have to introduce so many kinds of the vehiculars. Now we are using the electronic vehicles. Before that, we are using CNG, LPG vehicles, and before we are using the diesel and petrol. We are the technology as created one by one. We are created, and so many resources we are produced. That is the natural resources or some of the artificial resources. The natural resources are very small quantity in the world level, but the artificial resources, that is the biofuel, biodiesel, biochemicals are, and natural gas, uh, CNG, so many they are presenting the we are discover, and we can use in the recently 21st century. So in this point we have to mention three, that is the issues, challenges, and solution. If we see, so many issues we are found in this world or our the earth, mother earth, and that are affected on the earth. We see what are the current environmental issues. If we see the major current environmental issues, that is the on your screen we can see climate change, waste disposal, deforestation, That is very important current issues we are creating. It will be created by the man made. Why? Because the man was created these all issues because their habits, their uses, and their uh, journeys, especially their usable workout. If we see the current environmental issues, defection, animals, and are upcoming extremely due to the human activity. Deforestation often causes burning trees. The trees contain carbon dioxide, and the burning release carbon into the air, making climate change worse. If you see in detail, we are see the next slide. Then what is the climate change, waste disposal, deforestation. Now that is the one thing is that we have to use the access of plastic use. We are creating the different kinds of the plaster use which can use this process. If we see what is the environmental challenges or the problems, the first environmental challenges, next slide, challenges, that is the first one is pollution, population explosion, deforestation, waste disposal, global warming, climate change, greenhouse effects. These are the challenges for the human beings to challenge or to face or to resolve the 21st century. Pollution. The number one is the pollution. What is the pollution? Undesirable changes in the environment. That kind of the different kind of pollution, that is the air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, nuclear pollution, soil pollution, waste, different kinds of pollution, solid waste. In that, this pollution is created by the human activity, that like the air pollution created by the vehicular, water pollution created by the water activity, nuclear pollution created by the nuclear activity, sound noise pollution is created by the sound activity. They are created the in pollution, and that is the very harmful effect to the environment, and also it affected on the living things, and they are the seen in our 21st century. Second one is that population explosion. Now currently the population of Indian population is growing, up to growing daily. If you see, the population rate is very high in India. Why? Because our country is a bigger country and bigger population, very dynamic population. We are here, different kinds of gender, caste, they are present in this population explosion. Third, deforestation. Every districts, every taluka place, they say that we are the globalized, we are the in global world, we are in 21st century, and so that's we are to producing the different kinds of the industrialization, different kind of the multi complexes, residential, so many kind, and we have to destroy the forest. We have to destroy the forest and cutting of tree. That is the deforestation, and that deforestation is affected on the living things, because that deforestation is create the different kinds of the effect on the environment, that is global warming, climate change, acid rain, so many we have seen. Next slide. That is a very harmful to living things. If we see in deforestation, we have to use afforestation. We have to start the forestation process. Our keynote speaker Shah Saab, Professor Dr. Shah Saab, was say the plantation process is a very important, and he was describing about the Kashmir, your Poonch areas, so many the areas, the ecological forest information they are providing, and what is the role of forest in nature, what kind of the plantation we are usable for the human living things. That is a very usable, most useful, that is the water percolation, because the rainwater is consumed through the plantation and the roots level, and that with the expansion of population is created the waste, and that waste is are different, green are the harmful to environment, and it is the main reason that have to affect the waste. Most of the we see, that is the plastic. The plastic is not a disposable warming is affected due to the greenhouse gases and climate change, and that will be changes. It depend on the greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases change to climate change, and climate global warming, and that global warming change, the climate change, and it affect on the greenhouse gases. If you see the greenhouse gases, we are introduced so many kinds of the gases. My dear friends, we have to short period to express this all of these things, and we are the describing in short uh, explanation how to save the earth, mother earth, and how to save the environment. If we see these some environmental challenges, we are 1 to 7. It is a very critical. It means what? That is the human beings. This research is created the human activity and the large level for different causes, for different ways to protect the human life, but that viruses are created and affected the human beings, and that is the very hazardous and harmful to the human and also the environment. The lastly, the next means what that the next slide is that the simple, in my view, the simple solution to protect the earth. If we see the so many challenges or so many the effects we are see deforestation, pollution, deforestation, waste disposal, global warming, climate change, greenhouse gas. They are the sources or the challenges we are seeing in the national, international level in current scenarios. But how to reduce or how to solution these all of kinds and how to protect the mother earth. We have to save the mother earth. If we save the mother earth, the save life, the save human being. So we have to follow the R3 activity. What is the R3 activity or RS activity? That is reduce, reuse, and recycle. In this we have to cut down and what you are throw away, follow the three areas to conserve natural resources and uh, landfill sources. In that we have to use, it means reduce, reuse, recycle. We have to reduce our resources or our activity sources to reduce, and that reuse. For example, we can use the plastic bag replaced to the paper bag, cloth bag, or other sources bag. We can use to reduce the plastic. Reuse. Reuse means the plastic we can first one time use, that can be not reusable. So that's why we have to use the specially reuse paper bags or cloth bags. Recycle. If you see the paper, the clothes are also recyclable. Why? Because the if you see the bags are, we can use again and again and again so many times. The next thing is the volunteer. What is the volunteer? Our senior key speakers, Shah Saab, is specially mentioned the volunteer. It means we can especially to introduce our younger generation, our students and research scholars to introduce, and we have to motivate or work on the clean campus in your communities or small kinds of the presentation or uh, paper cutting. So many can the students are created or put on the road, upload the very essential way to have introduced or the that can get involved in the importance and value of our natural resources. It means what, dear friends? We can introduce the syllabus now currently in every faculty, degree level or UG PG level. Actually PG level we have to create the MSc courses environmental science, but some of college we are not study and to introduce the environmental issues and challenges we are to mention in the syllabus or to create the university syllabus or the college level. If the college is autonomous, to create the autonomous syllabus. The next one is conservation water. Now current is the water is a very important. Water is a very important things. Without water, we are not survive on the earth, and the earth on the earth, drinking water are present in the nature. So we have to create These as a depend on the geological structure, every states, every geological structure found, we have to percolate or we have to store the rainy water, because on the surface water is very less. We have to store the rainy water. We have to conserve the rainwater, because we have to not conserve the rainwater. That rainwater is through the river. They are concerned or they are merged with the sea water, and the sea level is day by day is increasing to the rainy water. It is a essential source of the ice melting. That is the ozone problem, the ozone gases. If we see, the sea level is also increase every year 1 meter, 1 centimeter is excess increasing in the river. Why? Because the ice melting process. So water and reutilize, recycle this water in industrial level, or also your college level, to utilize this plantation process or the gardening process. We can use the wastewater. Sustainability is a very important to make the smart seafood choice. We have to sustainability. We have light bulbs. It means what? It will use can the greenhouse gases to reduce the light emission process. The last one is the plant a tree plantation process. You can plant it, and you can easily or don't send chemical into the our waterways or to toxic chemical in the home or office level. That is a simple way here we are concluded, and I'm thanks to organizing committee to have to give me this international national conference seminar to introduce small this lecture. I think I have so many time conserve. I'm sorry to access time your use. Thank you. So very kind. And one thing is that I am actually lecture on the green energy and green audit and energy audit, and work on that. If anyone want to regarding energy audit, green audit, energy audit, we can help us, or we are giving the.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Junaid sir. Uh,
Welcome,
Now
sir.
I would like to introduce another speaker of the day, Mr. Imtiaz Ahmed. Mr. Imtiaz Ahmed pursued his Master of Science from Central University of Jammu. He is doing his PhD from CSIR National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi. Mr. Imtiaz qualified UGC NET, JRF, ICAR, NET, IIT GATE, and JK SET. He is now working on a topic Atmos Science in CSIR Lab, New Delhi. I would like to invite Mr. Imtiaz to delegate his presentation.
Good evening to one and all. Respected Chief Guest, Professor M.H. Shah, Sir, Principal, Government Degree College, Darhal. Respected Keynote Speaker, Professor S.H. Shah, Sir. Respected Principal, GDC Member, Dr. Muhammad Azam, Sir. Respected Professor Jasbir Singh, Sir. Principal, GDC Punch. Respected organizers and all the audience. Warm wishes to all of you on the occasion of World Environment Day. Before I start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Imtiaz Ahmed, research scholar from CSIR National Physics Laboratory, New Delhi. I work on atmospheric science in general and air pollution, particularly aerosols over the Western Himalaya in particular. A respected audience, the World Environment Day was established by United Nations General Assembly on December 1972 as a result of the Stockholm Conference, which was held on human and environment in 1972, June 1972. The Stockholm Conference was basically a landmark event that brought together representatives from 113 countries, including world leaders, scientists, and environmental experts. The World Environment Day was established as a response to the growing concerns about the state of the environment and the need for international cooperation to address the environmental challenges. The theme for the World Environment Day 2023 is beat plastic pollution and solution to plastic pollution and the ecosystem, that is ecosystem restoration. And I'm glad to inform you that Our research group at CCR National Physical Laboratory is also doing research over the microplastic which is present in air at ambient air, which we have collected different samples from Delhi, different areas of Delhi, and we are doing research over this topic also. And respected audience, the major